ballpark.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 9 of the Bronx Nothing podcast. The Yankees have just lost their first series to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, I can tell by the way you just sound,
Yeah,
Mario.
the mood's a little different, guys. Not too happy about the loss, especially today. Kind of deflating, but yeah, a couple hours after the loss, Kev, how you feeling?
I mean, it's. I feel the same way you do, but also the Rangers lost last night, and I mean, at least the Knicks won. I mean, I know it's a Yankees podcast, but a lot of us have New York fan base, and a lot of us have fans of the Rangers and the Knicks and stuff like that. But right now, it's about the Yankees, and they lost the first series of 2023, and I feel in a bad way because our offense looks anemic. But yeah, we'll talk about it. Episode 9. What's up, Mario? You want to hit us off
Yep.
with the game one? Go ahead. I bet
Yeah,
you the
so
vibes at the stadium weren't great. You could just skip that part.
yeah, the vibes at the stadium were not too great. Little empty too. The Knicks were playing obviously, so
Knicks, Rangers, yeah, there's a
a
lot
lot
playing
of
out
people
in
were
New York, yeah.
upset about that. I get it though too. It's still April. I don't feel like fans don't come to the stadium that much in April. It's cold, and like we said, people want to watch playoff basketball, hockey, whatever it was. But didn't start great. It was Domingo Armando versus Yusei Kikuchi, a guy who pitched well against us towards the end of last year. I think it was. He shut us down one of those starts late in the year last year, and it started off bad for Domingo. Gives up a double to Springer, and then, the guy that loves playing against us says that it's personal. When he plays against us, Vlad,
Yeah.
I mean, he threw an off-speed pitch that was like middle, maybe middle end, same place where Schmidt threw it on Sunday, and Vlad just crushed that. He crushed the
Literally.
game a 2-0 lead.
106 off the bat,
He did his dancing around the bases.
which everybody loved.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, man, if you hit it that far, I guess you can do whatever you want, bro. We have to find a way to get him out. Then Waldo in the second inning, it's a homer to right field. So that was nice to see. The Yankees are fighting back 2-1, and then in the sixth inning is when Domingo kind of lost it. Gives up a walk to Chapman, and then Brandon Bell. I think Kevin, he was hitting maybe a little bit above 100.
No,
Him
yeah,
and Jansen.
barely.
Jansen's got him barely
Of course he's
above
the
100.
one. Of course he's the one.
Yep. And then he hits one towards the Yankees bullpen, pretty much dead center, and gives them a 4-1 lead. So that was a backbreaker, especially it's cold there, and the vibes weren't great. Stadium was kind of empty, and then the eighth, the Blue Jays pretty much took the game away from the Yankees. It's pretty much out of reach. A Bo single and then a Vlad, like a chopper at Peraza. He beats out. He keeps showboating, and then who was in? It was Abreu. Abreu was in. Gets a K at Chapman and Varsho, and Abreu's been pretty good.
He has.
Abreu's been pretty good for the Yankees,
I
but
was
tough.
outing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say tough outing, and this is the first time he gives up. He gave up 2 runs in this one, but
Yep.
he's been pretty solid throughout what we have him, and it's still ERA's under 2. So with those
Yeah, and it
Yankees
could have
picks.
been no runs, and I don't want to blame it on Judge. Tough play by him. I don't think he knew where he was on the field, but ball hits off his glove. People you hear the in the crowd, like people are upset. Obviously,
He's not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
yeah, nobody's perfect. He struggled. He struggled in the series. He's been struggling of late.
Yeah.
Yankees offense hasn't been doing much. I think it's like 5 for 35 or something like that. 5 for 34.
5 for
around that.
25, I think. 528, something like that. I gotta double check. But
Yeah. He's been
not
he's been
good.
struggling, but that was the kind of backbreaker. 6-1 lead there, and then I don't know if you want to talk about this, but in the ninth, Vlad gets hit by a pitch.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but what Weiser didn't K anybody. He had 2 walks.
Nobody's
I get
trying to
he
hit
was
you,
like-
man. I mean, it's like listen, I'm fed up at this point with Vladdy antics. I mean, they're trying, and it's not only Vladdy, it's Alec. It's basically them two. They're the most vocal. I can They want this rivalry so bad, and it's not. We do not think about the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's be honest. They can be good. They beat us. Yeah, fine. Go ahead. You're a good baseball team. We're not sitting here and saying you're not, right? But we do not think about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm sorry that you guys feel that the Yankees. Maybe some fans feel that the Yankees think, or that Vladdy and Alec think that we don't give a shit. I'm sorry. We don't. Win something first. Win a fucking a playoff game. Win a series. Do something, right? The movie. We're waiting for this goddamn movie. Where's the fucking movie coming out? I'm sorry. It's so much that's been built up with them that it's just like, dude, we don't care, man. I mean, go ahead. Yeah, you played well against us. We get it. And against Alec Manoah gets his best start of the season against the Yankees. We get it. Why? Because you care about us.
You knew that was gonna happen.
You care about us. You care about us more than we give a shit about you. That's it. But continue, Mary. Nobody's trying to hit you.
You're a little fired up now. I understand. Like I said, Vlad's a good player, bro. But my dad always tells me, his father was humble. I don't know if you guys know this, but his dad even said on Dominican radio that he wishes his son never said that, because what if the Yankees are the only team that offers him that money? Again,
or use the Yankees as a negotiation tactic, like everybody does.
Exactly.
But
exactly. So he could have got more money, maybe, but we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure, like he said, it's personal with the Yankees.
It's personal. It's personal by himself. I mean, he can say whatever. Like Griffey had it's the same situation. If you guys know what Griffey said.
Griffey.
Yes. So Vlad Jr. Said that it's a similar situation that will happen to Ken Griffey Jr., where somebody told him that the kids couldn't be on the field, but the kids from the Yankees were on the field, something like that. And I get it if that's your gripe, right? But you've still been, before you said that, you've still been talking mad crap about the Yankees, Alec as well, and you're saying that in Dominican radio, and again, this is why I hate where Blue Jay fans were coming at me on Twitter talking about, you guys ask him that question. No, we don't. He went on radio on a Dominican interview and on a podcast and said that the Yankees also are afraid of the Toronto Blue Jays. When? Look at my face. When have we been afraid of the Toronto Blue Jays? Never. Not even when Bautista.
You know those reporters, they want that. They want those clicks from the fans.
Yeah.
They want to get people riled up to keep going back at their articles. So you know how it is with these guys. They're basically feeding them bait, and he bites at it every time, and that's how it is. But I mean, he did his thing this series. So
yeah, he does. I mean, we're not negating that Vlad is not an all-star caliber player. He's not a top 20 player in the MLB. We're not talking about that, right? The question is that you guys want to push a narrative that's not, and then again, Rizzo's telling you go to first. Oh, I'm going. Why don't you continue talking then? It's like all this front, man. Like if you're gonna act that way, get prepared, because things could get chippy. Everybody saw how Boston and the Yankees won, which was a real rivalry. And when Poppy was there, Varitek, A-Rod, Manny Ramirez.
I mean, it's never gonna be that.
It's never gonna be that. That's obvious. In this era. But it can. What I'm saying is, can escalate. If they want to take it to that step, and it's not fun, but you keep pushing that narrative, it might happen. But we don't care about them. It doesn't matter.
True. Let's go on to game 2. Stop talking about that. I'm sure you gave your opinion, I gave mine.
How much did they win by? 6-1.
6-1.
There you go.
What was it? Yeah, 6-1.
Yeah, we forgot already, Mario.
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Me neither. We forgot about it. Game 2. But, who's on the mound?
A lot of people were nervous about this game too, because after what happened in game 1, it's a must win. It's a must win. I get it's April. Listen, that's the start. A lot of Yankee fans were texting me, things like that, and then the Blue Jays fans know too. This is a big game. Cole versus Manoah.
Yep.
They want this game just as bad as we do, but they won the first game of the series, so we need this game, especially with Clarke Schmidt going on Sunday. Kind of a wild card. He's been struggling, so you don't really know what's gonna happen, but. Cole versus Manoah in the Bronx. And Cole had some issues in the first and second inning, actually. They had 2 guys on. They had a Springer single and a Vlad double. But then he gets a K from Chapman and Varsho, which is big in the first inning. Kind of settles the crowd down, which I think was big. Even though he's pitching well this year for confidence, AL East, AL East battle. Big game in the Bronx. Then the second, things could have gotten chippy, but they didn't. Kirk hits a double, and then Espinal, I think he had 2 strikes on him, 1-2 or 0-2. Hits him with a pitch. I'm not sure if I know he didn't play on Sunday.
No.
He might be out for a little. I'm not completely sure, but hopefully speedy recovery
Yeah, hopefully
for
he's good.
Espinal.
That's a
Yeah,
tough way to place to get hit at.
yeah, definitely, especially with two strikes. I mean,
Nobody's
fans
trying
know
to.
if
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
baseball, man, it's not intentional. It's 1-2 count, um, 0-2 count. He gets out of that though, gets a Springer ground out, which was huge. Yankees left Volpe and Judge both left guys on in the third. Waldo hit a double, which was the Yankees' first hit of the game. And then a Peraza walk. So Yankees had second and third, one out, Volpe K's, and then a ground out from Judge. So, Manoah's hyped on the mound. And then in the fifth, Springer gets caught stealing, which I don't know. They showed it on TV. He like smacked the ground with his helmet. I guess people were saying that he might have
He,
pushed him off the back. I'm not sure,
he's
honestly.
yeah. He claimed that he got pushed, but if you see it in slow mo, you can see his body's way outside of the baseline, and
Yeah,
it's like
I
you
thought,
were gonna
yeah,
drift off no matter what. Maybe Volpe nudged you a little bit, but I mean that's a slide way off the line. So I mean,
yeah. I thought he just. I'm not saying he's trying to take him out, but he just slid a little bit too hard past the bag, and I mean that's what happens. Sometimes it happens.
listen,
You
man, you
slide.
bring your glove down. You bring your glove down quick. It is what it is. If you got two
Yep.
fingers on the base, what are you talking about? If you see the
Yeah.
replay, he had like two fingers on the base. What do you expect?
Nah, definitely. That was like a little bit confusing there. In the sixth inning,
I was gonna
Ron
I was
comes
gonna
in.
say
That was a big part of the game.
maybe Springer should use some rosin on his fingertip.
Hey, Kev, we can't be cracking too many jokes. We lost, but it's
can't
okay to
see.
smile here and there. Yeah, I got you. I guess maybe lighten up the mood of people watching this on Monday morning or before our next series. Brighten up the mood. I like that. I like that. But and a six, Vlad walks and a 2-out hit by Varsho, and that takes Cole out of the game. So Cole
Yeah,
doesn't go past the sixth. Which I think he had like 94 pitches, which I mean, I was yes and no about it. I saw Ron coming in, obviously. Wasn't upset, wasn't happy about it because, I mean, I trust Ron, obviously. He's had a little bit of control issues, just like from my point of view. Maybe stats say otherwise, but he, in the Cleveland series, he's a little bit erratic, missing in, missing up and away. But he comes in, he walks Kirk. They got the bases loaded with 2 outs now. Ron came in with 2 outs, and then he gets Belt. I thought Belt, the backbreaker was coming. Thank God. We get the fly out,
yeah, low
and the
pitch
game
fly out.
remains 0-0. Yep, which was huge for him. Then the Blue Jays leave Bo Bichette on in the eighth. He gets a leadoff double. They leave him stranded, and then the Yankees finally score in the eighth inning
The
with
baby
2 outs. A
bombers.
little bit of 2-out magic, I like to say. The baby bombers, indeed, Kevin. Peraza with a single. By the way, they took Manoah out of the game, which was really interesting here. Thought he had maybe high 80s, low 90s in his pitch count, and they took him out of the game, which was interesting. They brought in Yumi Garcia. I thought Manoah maybe could have won one more. Thankfully, he didn't.
It's
And
April.
yeah, it's April also, and 7 innings is a great start. Peraza single and Volpe Apotaka homer, and the stadium went electric. That
Nuts.
was probably the
I
craziest.
saw your video.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta check out my Twitter. That video was insane.
Yeah.
Awesome moment for that kid. And then on the night, to be honest with you, people were still kind of celebrating. They were like all excited, like, "Oh my God, Volpe!" Right? To be honest with you, like people in my section were standing out, trying to look through. I see Kirk walk. I was like, man, that was one of the fastest at bats ever. They take Brandon Bell out. They bring in Jansen against Wandy. Some people say Wandy didn't belong in that spot. I don't know who else you want to close. They already use Holmes. They already use Ron. Maybe Cordero at that point. I don't know, but they had Wandy in. They bring in the righty, and Jansen puts it right over the left field wall. I thought it was going to be a double. Puts it over the left field wall. He ties the game 2-2.
Another guy, Wandy, who's
Um,
been solid for a few outings now, and then it
yep.
happens. They're gonna give up runs.
Yeah, I mean, listen, nobody's perfect, but yeah, that was definitely a backbreaking homer, especially in that spot. Colt doesn't get the win either, obviously. He left the game 0-0. Ron got him out of that. And yeah, just a tough spot. So he gives up that with singles. And then Biggio tries to bunt. He pops it up for an out. And then they get a huge double play. Cordero comes in, gets a big double play there.
Yep.
You know,
Another guy,
big out, especially AL East.
another
AL
guy,
East, so.
another guy. Some people don't like, but he's been okay. He's not great or
Yeah.
anything. He's been okay.
Soto's 100 plus. Matt Blake project. so he'll figure it out.
Yes, he will.
But big double player Springer, Glaber, and Volpe turned it beautifully. And then on the ninth, a guy that we're familiar with, Romano, got him last year. He was top closer in the league last year. He comes in, gives up a double to Rizzo. And I thought it was interesting. Right away, they go
Right
to
off the wall.
IKF pinch run. Yep, thought that was gonna be. I had a chance to go
Yeah.
out. Again, I'm in left field. The bleachers, you can't really see. I have to go on my tippy toe. Listen, I'm not that short, but I have to go on my tippy toe to see if the ball's out. But I kind of look at the crowd reaction, look up at the board, double. They're bringing IKF, like I said, which was interesting with no outs. I wasn't like, I don't know what to think about that at that point, because I guess like if you hit a
I
single,
mean, you want to be able to maybe score on a single to
yep,
right field. I
definitely,
mean, that's probably why. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the move. It's the ninth too,
yeah,
and DJ hasn't played, so DJ would have come in probably to play first or something. So I didn't have a
yeah.
problem with the move.
I'll talk about DJ in a sec too.
Yeah.
Glaber gets an infield hit, heads up base running also. Boone puts him in the heads up base running by IKF.
Nobody covering third.
Bichette stops it, nobody covering third, gets the third. That was beautiful. Then he gets the second on defensive indifference. So Yankees have second and third, and then Willie walks, which I thought was interesting because Willie has not looked great, to be honest with you,
No.
at the plate. But he walks there. And I thought DJ was coming, and I'm like, okay, DJ's on deck. I'm thinking, is he hurt? Like, are the Yankees just completely standing away from him today? All the scenarios coming to your head. But Willie walks. There's a base loaded. DJ comes up and gets a single to the left field, and we walk off happy, right?
Yeah.
And the Yankees top the series 3-2. Manoah pitched well. Cole pitched well. And yeah, that was a good win for the Yankees. And anything else you got on that game, Kevin?
Not really. I mean, again, this whole series has been kind of it's been kind of tough. So it's not much. We've been very vocal on what's been going on. My thing is that Yankees have averaging 3.2 runs in the homestand. It's not, you're not gonna win many ball games. That just lets you know how strong our pitching has been, including the bullpen and
without Rodon, without
Rodon and without Sev. Exactly. And then it's just, we need to do something. We talked about it last year. About our bats, how they're doing. If you look at the Yankees, they don't have anybody, I believe, but Rizzo batting over 300. Then 250.
A little alarming.
Yeah.
With the shift on. So.
And again, I mean, for those who don't like the word batting average or don't like the stat batting average, I mean, the other day I think we walked, what was it, like 8 times, and we still didn't score. It doesn't matter. You can't walk runs all day. It's not little league. You got to hit the ball. Yeah. You got to hit it. Yeah. So I mean,
situational hitting,
exactly.
Sack fly, whatever it takes. You got to be able to get those runs in.
Exactly.
A couple times the Yankees didn't, and the Blue Jays as well. We both struggled with that, but they got the big hit. That was the bottom line of the series.
A bunch of big hits.
Big hit. Yep, definitely. Like the hit to put the game away. 4-1, got guys on. You want to make it 6-1. Maybe sit your closer down, give them an extra day. That's big in especially in games like this. So we'll go to game 3.
Yep.
Fresh in our minds. It was Gosman against Clarke Schmidt. And we spoke about it last podcast, Kevin. We were like, we got to win game 1 and 2. Even though believe it or not, I'm still a Schmidt defender. I still think he has good stuff. We both said he was not a starter, right?
That's all I'm saying.
You were done.
I don't know. I'm getting people coming at me for saying that a guy needs, like, it's been 4 starts. He doesn't get out of the 3rd inning. Like, and that's my thing. All I tweeted was, we'll get to it, but go ahead. Start us off. Schmidt had a good outing. He did.
No, he did.
It's great. It's great for what he's had before. Let's switch the word. It's the great outing compared to everything he's done in the last 4 starts. Last 5.
Listen, I think it was perfect through 5.
Yeah, he gave up a double. He gave up a double in that 5th inning and a walk. That's it.
Okay. So, but he pitched pretty well. The Yankees left DJ stranded. The weird play by Kiermaier. Nothing really happened in the first couple innings, but in the 5th, that weird play by Kiermaier, he kind of came in, maybe got a bad read.
They keep diving on our. They keep diving on our bloopers.
Yeah, I know.
Marsh, not him.
Yeah, listen.
And it's been DJ.
DJ. I was about to say, I was like, DJ, man.
That backspin on DJ, man.
You killed it today. I think he went 3 for 4 today, DJ, maybe. He was killing, or he had 2 or 3 hits today, but, damn, bro, he's got a piano on his back. I mean, my Lord, bro. That guy, he should be on 3rd base, but.
A piano on his back.
Yeah, no, he's got a piano on his back. But it was deflating in the 5th. Cabrera strikes out, Peraza strikes out, and Hickey strikes out. I mean,
yeah.
Got to put the ball in play.
It's tough, man. Point, when you got Hickey.
Yeah, and then I said I had a video after the game on Saturday. I was like, listen, maybe this is a hot take, and they're gonna get mad. Maybe Blue Jays will fans will get mad at this, but bro, I think Gosman's their best pitcher. Like that splitter, yeah, is one of the most unhittable pitches. That it's nasty, and I think the Yankees struck out 3 times in the first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, listen, that pitch is gonna be. It might be a long day for the Yankees. They don't figure out how to hit this guy, but I was just hoping Schmidt was going neck and neck with him. They were going toe for toe. They were striking out guys. Schmidt ended with 8 strikeouts. I think Gosman ended with somewhere near 8 strikeouts. So they were going back and forth. And Gosman went 7 innings. But Volpe that Volpe era in the sixth it came to be a little costly for the Yankees. Oh yeah, we won out. Better up the middle. Springer wasn't really running hard, but
That's a great play by
maybe
Claver. I mean,
yeah,
that could have been an
yeah,
easy weak
yeah.
contact. IKF hit.
No, yeah.
A chopper
Listen,
up the
Gleyber
middle.
made that nice stop after the error. It could have been double play, but I mean, he stopped it. He got it out there, so that was 2 outs. And then
who comes up to
Vlad
bat?
Guerrero again. Yeah,
And
Vlad.
then here's my thing, right? I'm just let me interject right here, Romero. I always say in a batter too long. I feel like he's one of the guys who mostly gets that. You pulled Cole, who runners on the corners.
And the sixth, excuse me. Yep.
You pulled Cole. You get Vlad. You know Vladdy's coming up. He got a double the inning prior, right? We didn't get anything that inning. Why not have somebody just warming up? Or you saw that somebody got on base right there. Somebody should be warming up. He gives up the hit. Now you go out on. I mean, like it's like you go on. I just don't understand. I mean, you say you're about analytics and about game planning and all that, and then it's like you're flip flopping at bad timing. I know it's Monday quarterbacking. I'm not gonna shit completely on Boone. Like I know I say it a lot. He does a lot. I feel like he mismanages the bullpen a lot. We see it mostly in the playoffs is where it hurts. But here is just like again, it's partial. It's not only Clarke Schmidt. It's also the management of not leaving him in a batter too long. That's not a hit against Clarke Schmidt. He had a great outing. If they would have taken him out there, he would have finished with 5 innings, 2/3, right? Or one. He got 1 out or 2 outs. It was 1 out.
He went 5 2/3.
Yeah, 5 2/3, scoreless. Or if they tack 1 run. Imagine what that does to confidence to a kid who had 4 bad starts. That's what you got to look at as well. I think they took out Manoah because they were like, listen, you just threw 7 scoreless. We're good with that. We don't want you going out there and getting tattooed. Yeah, we don't want you getting out there and giving up 2 runs and then now you're pissed.
That ruins your start.
Exactly. So that's how I look at it. And now it's not a hit. I mean, we don't want our guys to do bad.
Asking for 4.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say we don't want our guys to do bad. But it's also hard when you put guys out there consistently and they don't show that they can produce or be good. It's happening with Willie Calhoun now. He batted 5th the other day. When has Willie been able to say he's batting 5th? You got Chaparro in who's hitting nukes in AAA, 7 home runs in like the last 6 games, right? Why not bring that kid up and give him a chance at DH? Why not? You're not gonna make a trade. No, we go ahead and sign Cole Calhoun. I guess we're gonna try everybody who's a lefty and here. Let's see what you're. Not everybody's gonna be Matt Carpenter, man.
Yeah, that was lightning bottle that we found. We missed some Carp actually at Homer today. Throw a little salt in the wound. Thank you, Carp, for that. But yeah, Vlad hits the homer in the 6th with 2 outs, which was costly. The Yankees offense was not scoring until the 9th.
And then what else do you do?
In a little bit.
What else do you do?
And then he leaves them in, and we know lefties hit Clarke Schmidt well. Shout out to my boy Connor McGuire. He also tweeted out, he was like, I have faith that Schmidt's going to deal because they have a righty heavy lineup. A lot of righties in their lineup.
Yeah, and he did.
And he did. And you leave him in. He gives up the homer, and I'm like, all right, they're going to pull him. And to be honest with you, I was just shaking my head. I'm watching the game, obviously. I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, damn.
What were you thinking when he's facing Varsho?
I was wondering why he was in. Because King was ready to go.
417.
King ready to go.
This year, left-handers are batting 417 against
Varsho
against Smith.
Didn't have a great series. He didn't have a great series. But,
did he have a home run in the first game, though?
Yeah, but did he?
Or a double?
He might have hit a double. He might have hit a double in the first game. He might have hit a double.
But still, it's a lefty against Clarke Schmidt.
But he did strike out. He did strike out quite a few times, and or I meant on the season. On the season, he hasn't been like too great. I get it. It's still young in the season. Hasn't been too great for the Blue Jays, but not sure about the double. Have to double check with that. But you let Schmidt face the lefty, and he puts it into second deck. And then it's 3-0 at that point, which is an absolute killer. Then they bring in King. He gets out of it. King's on in the seventh, gives up a double to Witt and a double to Jansen, who just continues to kill the Yankees. He was in like 132 yesterday. His average probably up now, definitely after he loves playing Yankee Stadium, loves facing the Yankees. You know, just the most random guys, Kevin, I feel like love killing us. He also beat out double play in the ninth. Peraza had a tough play in the ninth that maybe he makes, but they beat it out in the ninth. Like I said, Jansen beat out the double play to make it 5-0. And the Yankees had a little bit of, they had a chance. The game ended with the tying run on deck. Rizzo hit a homer with 2 outs. Labor single, DJ single, and Waldo pops out to Chapman. And that's a series. The Yankees lose 5-1 and drop their first series of the year. And we're on to Minnesota tomorrow against a familiar foe and Sonny Gray. And Johnny Brito's on the mound. We know he didn't pitch well against Minnesota.
I'm scared about that start. I feel like they figured something out about Brito. I never was able to. Yeah, I was never able to put out that video. I'm gonna try to edit it where Correa is basically talking to the third base coach and he's saying what Brito's movement is on his pitches. And then, I mean, if your fastball moves towards the right side and your changeup as well, I mean, Correa is just as much as a lot of people hate him, he is a very smart dude. And he can pick up a lot of things quick.
Yeah.
But on to the Twins, man. I mean, we brush this, forget about it. Listen, we ran to the little. I mean, it got sticky in some places. Some people got suspended for sticky situations, and they talked a lot. And
we won't get into that. Yeah. We won't get into that. Yankee pod only. Yankee pod. That's why I just called it nothing. But yeah, definitely a frustrating series. And yeah, that's it, Kevin.
No, I mean I'm good. I'm good. We'll see you in Toronto.
No, definitely we'll see him in Toronto. We got a road series coming up. Small little road trip, which is weird. They go up to Minnesota, then down to Texas, then back up to New York. I don't know why the MLB does it like that. Whatever, fine. But yeah, Yankees got 3 in Minnesota, and then we got 4 in Texas before we return home to play against the Cleveland Guardians, which should be an interesting series. But let's focus on tomorrow's game. Got Sonny Gray against Johnny Brito from Yankees. Sonny Gray.
Call up Chaparro.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. You got up until this part of the episode. I'm sure you guys are probably upset, just like we are. But thank you guys for watching, listening on whatever platform. And yeah, thank you for tuning in to episode 9 of the Bronx or Nothing podcast.
Thank you guys. Let's go Yanks. Call up Chaparro. Keep playing Cabrera. I like Peraza at third.